Okay, projections. So we have in the church, we have a computer in the booth to run projections. We also have a DVD player. Those are sources we can send to our projections. We have a projector at the front, as well as a screen that the singers can see. So I'm going to show you how that works. And I think I'll just do this as one video, probably make it easier. So first of all, the way you turn on the projection system, there's three things you have to turn on. One, you have to turn on this top rack, because this top unit is our video switcher, and it needs to be on. The next thing we need to do is we actually need to turn on the projector, and that's right here, projector power. You just turn it on here. And the way you can tell if it goes on is after a little bit, you'll see a little light inside of it, and you hear the fan come on, and then you know it's on. Although it will take up to a minute to 5 minutes before the projector actually turns on the screen. One thing to note, if that doesn't work, it's just because somebody's turned off the projector manually with this remote control, and you can do that. You can have the power on and you can turn it on and off here. It's just more convenient to use the power switch, but the remote's always in the bottom drawer if you need it. The last thing you need to set up is you need a source. So either you need to use the DVD player here, which you would need the bottom rack to be on, so you could put a DVD in there if you wanted, or you need the computer to be on. Just open it up here, and there's a power button right there. Yeah, the door is kind of funny to open. And then when you turn the computer on, you also want the two monitors on as well. Okay? And that will boot up. There's a password. You'll find out the password from somebody and they can give it to you to get onto the computer. Well, that's booting up. Basically, you have to choose with this switcher. It chooses what's going to go to the projector, the computer or the DVD player. And you can just switch in between. So it's simple. So even in a service, if you have a DVD playing at one point, you put it on DVD and then later on you can switch to the computer. One thing so you know is not only does that change what the projection is, it also changes what audio goes through the sound system. So I just want to show you where you set that. When you are playing a DVD or a computer, it doesn't matter. Any video, no matter what's selected, the audio comes to this video channel right here. It's called video. So you just make sure it's unmuted, and then that sets your level for the video in the sound system. Okay? Now a couple other things with the projection, let me just put in a password here, is it has two really cool features that are worthwhile to use. You'll be using, we have Easy Worship, we have PowerPoint, I mean use whatever you want. I'm just going to bring up, well here I'll even bring up a browser window for fun. Let's see if that ever comes up. There it comes up. So I have a browser window here. Basically the way this works on the computer is whatever on the left monitor, no one can see. Whatever's on the right monitor is what you see on the screen. So you have to drag things to the right monitor to see them. So you notice there I have a website up there now, that's fine. But I wanted to show you two things. One, you can always make the screen go blank. If you want to, if something happens, you know, the video's still playing but you don't want it to be seen, you can always make it go blank. You can always mute the audio. Let's say you're here and you start a video and it's way too loud, you can always mute the audio here versus at the console. And the other one you can do that's very convenient is you can freeze. And the great thing about freezing is you can freeze whatever image is on there and then change it. For example, I can take this away on the computer and I can bring something different up, like let's say just this window here, and then unfreeze it, and then it changes. So it lets me kind of do some magic behind the scenes that nobody gets to see. You just have to remember to undo it. We often use it when we're switching between DVDs and what's on the computer. We'll switch back and forth. One other thing to note is if you want the musicians to be able to see the display at the back of the church, this remote control is in the sound closet, and they just need to turn the power on with this. There's nothing else they have to set. It's set automatically, and they will see exactly what goes up on that screen. One thing to watch with projections is lights. There's two light switches here for lights on the stage, and those reflect on that screen. So when they're down, if they're all the way off, the screen's much easier to see, although there's not enough light on the musicians. So you might want to kind of fiddle with where those levels are at. And the one other one is, in this drawer, is the remote control for the blinds. So you could choose to, I won't show you how to use it, but you could choose to put all the blinds down or just close some of the blinds to make the image sharper on the screen. When you come to turn off the projections, the one thing to note is everyone's scared about, oh, turn the projector off, have to wait till the bulb's off. No, it's totally fine. You can just turn it off. Boom, and the projector goes off. The thing that you'll notice, though, is if I went to turn on the projector now, right away, it's going to take probably more like 10 minutes before it comes back on, because it's going to cool down first when it turns itself on. That's the issue with these light bulbs in the projector. It's okay that they're hot and they're turned off hot. They don't like to be turned on when they're hot, so it's going to not turn it on right away when you put that power back on. And that's probably it for projections.